right now. So thank you. Thank you so much for that. We're coming to the closing minutes of this important and historic conference. And there's no better way to prepare for the closeout than to have this representation of leadership. Charisma, wisdom, fashion prowess. But the reason we're here, the reason they're here is because we're going to talk business. Okay? We're going to talk business. Now, we know the product works. The product changes life. But it ends there. Because that's the product's business, is to change your life. Our business is to change all of the other lives. And that doesn't happen unless we really build a business. So we've got 4 illustrious leaders in front of us today. We're going to have a panel. I'm going to give the mic to them and have them introduce themselves with their name and their prior experience to network marketing. Dr. Jess.
Hello, I am Dr. Jess, and my experience with network marketing was 0 before LifeVantage, and I've been here for 8 years now.
And I should mention, and your prior career to network marketing.
I apologize. I am a chiropractor, still am, and I have additional certifications in acupuncture and AET.
Awesome. Welcome Dr. Jess to the stage.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jatasha Harris. I reside in the Raleigh-Durham area of North Carolina. My husband Fred is over there. We actually met in the industry, in 2006. Prior to that, I was in sales, working for a research company on the legal side. And some of you guys know LexisNexis. But since all of that, fast forward, been through a few companies and was able to retire from corporate world over 10 years ago. And so this is what he and I do full time, and we just recently brought him home within the past 5 years from the police department as a detective because of the industry. And so we're grateful to have the time back. We're parents, we have 3 little ones, and now we get to build the life that we choose and design the life that we choose. And we've been in Love Biome for 3.5 years. Now LifeVantage and our sponsor leaders, Mr. McCasey and Nika.
LifeVantage, I am Tanya Sheldon. Prior to network marketing, I dabbled in retail management, marketing, had no idea what I really wanted to do, just knew who I wanted to become. And that's why I chased 7 companies before I actually found LifeVantage in 2011. And been here ever since, and so excited about what's happening.
I got the star award. So Marcel Niederhauser. You don't want to believe this, but I have been in this industry now for 36 years. And I got to tell you, 20 years ago, I sold a company that I operated and owned for 18 years. And that was March 15th of 2025. And on that day, I became a full-time husband, a full-time father, and later on in life, a full-time grandfather. But you guys, because this business, I have my best friend sitting right there, and I love that woman with every ounce of my heart. Love you guys.
Thank you. Let's do something different. I don't have the cue cards. In fact, I forgot backstage. So I'm going to get really creative here. Since I have nothing to go on here, let's go to you. Let's go, honestly, where is the power in this room? Where's the future of LifeVantage? It's in this room and what you represent and how you're going to build your business. So anybody have any questions about the business? How to build this business? If you've got a question about how to build this business, I want you to raise your hand, and I got somebody in the mic back there. Okay, you anticipated me. It's in her hand. Will you introduce yourself? and please give us a question.
My name is Elizabeth, and I was wondering, I've been around for a while now, and with this new product, how can I relaunch with longevity?
So she's been around for a while. How do you relaunch your business for longevity? Anybody ever felt that way before? Maybe you feel like day-old bread, or maybe you're more like a crouton, right? Like you've been around here, it's gotten stale. Like how do I do that? Let's give that to Dr. Jess.
Ooh, well that's a fun one. So, if you've been here for a while, you've probably noticed these white couches up front, right? Everybody see these? And to sit in these couches, it only takes 3 to 5 leaders. This is what I've been told. You guys all have 3 to 5 leaders who personally enrolled to get to where you are. And I can still hear Carrie Williams telling me it takes 2 to 3 leaders to get you to MC1, and it'll be 2 to 3 entirely different leaders that get you to your next rank. Would you guys agree with that, white couches people? Like maybe the leaders that got you so far are not going to be the ones that take you to the next level. So what that means to me and to you is that you have to first be a leader that others want to join, and then teach your leaders to do what you're doing while also still doing the same thing you're teaching them. So anybody heard of the ITT system? The system we teach? It's the same system that Marcel taught me at my first event in 2017. It's the same thing, right? So to relaunch, it starts with you. You must be the energy, you have to have the posture, the confidence, you create the momentum, you cast the vision, you see something bigger. Are y'all getting a vision when you're here of like where you want to be versus like where you are when you came in this room? I mean, we have arguably the biggest relaunch opportunity up until now on our hands here at LifeVantage. And right now, everyone's been saying this, right? It's day one for everyone here with this innovative new hero activator, a new category of a fast-growing market. Like we have new leaders, we have gut health, like the easiest thing you've ever heard of to talk to people about, because if you live here, you have a broken gut. Did y'all know that? Everybody? So a business with longevity has products that everyone needs, check, right? And then every month we have to have consistent and steady growth because we have a team of leaders doing the same thing we're doing, that same system Marcel taught, and all of these white couch people. So it's the same thing. So Sean Pope said this to me. I remember hearing this once because I was in that like, okay, I'm stuck. And anybody ever hear my story where I talked about being stuck like the old Pro 6, like for not 1 year and 2 years and 3 years and 4 years, but like literally 6 years, right? But you have to relaunch. Like there's going to be times where you require doing 3 things. So write these down. Acquire the new, upsell the current, and win back the old. So to acquire the new, you have to keep getting the information in front of new people, and by sharing tools, telling stories, doing short videos, sending recordings, sending research, webinars, meetings, B2D. Like you have to open your mouth and talk, right? And to upsell the current, you're going to have to reach out to your customers and see who wants to try the new product, who's ready to upgrade to consultant, who's looking for something more. Like what do they have going on? I mean, we've spent this whole event talking about this, have we not? Like y'all know, like you got something really cool you can talk to people about when you leave here, right? And then win back the old. You know, if you had people that have dropped off, like what were their pain points? Like what were they struggling with? I guarantee they're still struggling with it. Like literally, reach back out to them, offer something new, and new hope, new vision. Like you have something else you can do. So where should you spend most of your time? New! Thank you! Acquiring the new. Like this is the pulse of your business. Can y'all feel the energy with Love Bio coming over? Right? Like a new pulse. That's the same thing in your business. Like you've got to have that new
so the last thing is to relaunch, you gotta make a new commitment, right? Like, okay, I want you to think about this like your body. What you have for a body right now is based on your current commitments, right? You're committed to this. Whatever you got, you're committed to it. Same thing with your business. What actions you're taking are creating the rank you currently have. Does that make sense? Everybody still with me on that? So if you desire something else, then you have to make a different commitment. Like, what do you really desire? What's your business outcome? What does your business look like when you've built something that you can actually really be proud of? Something that makes you like, hold your chin up and bring your shoulders back and tuck your gut in and like, you have some tears going down or a big smile on your face. Like, what's it really feel like to have that? And what will you do to get it? So you gotta be able to like set your destination far enough ahead that it's a little stretching, right? Like if you just set like a little goal, that next step is gonna be really scary. But if you set a goal that's like big enough that it stretches you, that first step feels so stinking easy. And it's literally doing the same things again and again and again, like these guys teach us, right? So, commitment. You've got to commit to do whatever it takes. So, Elizabeth, do you still have a mic? No? Okay. Well, I was going to make her play with me a little bit, but I just think committing to something. She has one. Oh, fun. You're going to love me for this. I know you will. This is a game of repeat after me. Your favorite kind of coaching. So repeat after me. I can.
I can.
I will.
I will.
I do whatever it takes.
I do whatever it takes.
It's about time.
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 It's about time I really do this.
It's about time I really do this.
Say it again.
It's about time I really do this.
Say it again.
It's about time I really do this. One more. It's about time I really do this.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Awesome question. Mike Holder, can you find me another question? Can you give it up? Can you give up that mic? Where are you, Mike Holder? Is it going back? I think it's on this side, right here. Back in the blue.
Hello, my name is Connie, and I have a question. We're all here as entrepreneurs, and I hear the statement a lot in this business, if you're going to, you need to treat your business like a business. And I wanted to ask you, what does that look like for you from your perspective?
I know the perfect person for this question. I've been working side and with this man for over 20 years in this industry. And if there's anybody who knows how to work this business, it is Mr. Marcel Lieberhausen.
Thank you, sir. Hey, Skip, real quick. Is this true? All right, so I want to know. All right, you guys. I have always treated my business like a business, and I'm going to take a few minutes. I want to simplify this for you as simple as I can make it. And some of you are going to resonate with this, and others, because it's so simple that it's not complicated enough, it's going to go right over your head. But I want you to know, I've been in this industry, like I said, for 36 years, and I found 5 things. I got really good at doing 5 things. I could never find a script that would help me build my business, and I couldn't duplicate what Seth was doing or other people. I couldn't do the presentations, but I found things that I could do. And the first one is, I call them principles of behavior, but the first one is I did 15 minimum presentations a month where I shared this information with other people. And when I did that, I shared my story, the company story, and how you got paid. And in the company story, I told the product story, I told everything about the company, and that's about as far as I made it. And then the second, I learned how to stay in control of my business, and I'm going to tell you a quick little story. demonstrate that. But as I was doing my minimum, we started to get consultants involved and customers. And for me, the customers came from, I don't want to do your business, but I definitely want to take that product. I just watched the ABC primetime. I'm not brain dead. You got to be brain dead not to watch that video and not take the product. That's the response we got, but that's where they came from. And as I did those presentations and I started to get those people involved, other consultants that wanted to treat their business like a business got involved. And I ran with those guys. And I found out not only is it easy to do my minimum, I was doing 45 to 60 presentations every month trying to keep up with them. So when we first got into LifeVantage, we had a 90-day pre-launch where we were able to go out and gather people, get them involved, and in the partnership with Tyler, I did all the enrolling and he did the training in the very beginning. And so by the end of that 90 days, you guys, I've gone out and enrolled 50-something people. And after that 90 days was over, and I mean, we were both doing meetings, we were both engaged, but I did, just kind of putting things into perspective. After that 90-day window was over, half of those people didn't even let their credit cards go through when the company started putting applications in and charging their cards for their product. Can you, like, so did they just not do it that day, or did I know from the very beginning that they weren't going to do it? Did they identify themselves that they were going to build this business the 90 days when they didn't let their cards go through? Or do you think I knew prior to the 90 days that they weren't going to do it? Okay, so out of the other half, now listen to this closely. I'm giving you guys a lot of nuggets. Out of the other half, 11 people, so out of 50, 11 people built 2 presidential positions in LifeVantage. Those positions ID numbers are 1001 and 1002. Okay, now, those people that didn't do it, what I did during that time is I didn't focus on them at all. I wasn't worried about them. I just ran. I stayed in control of my business, and I worked with those people that want to get involved, and we worked in depth with those people so that when that 90 days launched, Tyler and I are in a top position, launched at a EC3 with EC4 volume. And then a couple months later, we hit EC4 and then on to presidential. Okay? Now, the reason why I tell you that is out of 50, 4 of them went to the top spot, 5 of them went to the bottom spot. And out of those 4, that top slot, which now is done probably close to $1.6, $1.7 billion in sales, I want you to know how important number 1 is that you introduce this information, because number 1 is where you build your foundation. Number 2, when you stay in control of your business, is where you organize your organization. Does that make sense? Do you see how important that was to do that first work? I did my part when it was my time. How important number 1 is. We organize that foundation that does that much volume today. That was almost 17 years ago. We're still getting paid for what we did 17 years ago. So what you do in the beginning of this business matters. And then number 3, I always did what I would say I was going to do. And it didn't matter how other consultants were treating their business, I still showed up. I showed people by example what that looked like. If I gave them my word, I was there. Nobody could ever accuse me of not doing what I say I was going to do. Okay? That's important. Because in this business, we need to attract leaders. Okay? You need to become the person that other people will follow. And if your word doesn't mean anything, not very many people are going to follow you. You guys realize that? Does that make sense? I'm joking. All right. I never miss an event. Never miss an event. And my experience was I was able to fix people when I got them to the event, but I couldn't fix them before. Does that make sense? If you guys got people in the organization that won't do what you want them to do, or they won't get engaged, anybody have that problem? Okay. Get them to the event. Matter of fact, they should put the QR code up there. I guess the question is, before we get done, is I'm giving you 5, I've talked to you about 4. The 5th one is promoting. I got really good at promoting because I did everything first myself. I did the work. I went through and paid the price. So it was easy to promote to somebody else. Like, have you ever tried to say, hey, you need to go to this function, but I'm not going? You know, you need to sign up on the big pack, but I signed up on the little pack. Does that make sense? So I never missed a function. So my question would be, so I don't take up any more time, is there any of those 5 things that you feel you cannot do? Do you think you can do those? Okay, well then if you can do always go to the function, they just gave you 2 for free. To me, $189 to go to 2 functions is free. Less than $100. You guys should get on there right now, enroll, and start making that commitment and treating your business like a business. And the last thing I'm going to say is I discipline myself to focus on those 5 things. Focus on the principles, behaviors, and not the results. If I was the one to focus on the result, it took me 16 years to make what an EC1 makes in this company. 16 years of going to all the functions, doing all the meetings, getting all the no-shows. I never quit because I wanted to be that full-time dad, that full-time husband, and I wanted my freedom back. I love you guys. Love you. Welcome. Michelle. And 36 years of community.
That's absolutely timeless wisdom. Where's my mic? And do you have that question already loaded for us? Who got that? Where's my mic? Here's my cue card. Where are we? Coming up here on the left. All right. Is there?
Hello, my name is Russell McCoy. Good evening. I'm excited to be here. And my question is, what daily habits should I incorporate in my business, in my network marketing business to be successful?
I know who this is going to. This woman, I felt just this really weird inspiration. I hope you don't mind if I share, Jadasha, but I was pacing back and forth. Don't know why I was where I was pacing, and saw this wonderful woman, and I said, I think that's Jadasha, because we had not met. And I had this little impression, you can go pray with her. Anybody pray out there? All right, so I just kind of casually walked up and we had a conversation and said, you want to pray together? And she's like, absolutely. And I know this is a woman of God right here. So listen up as we turn the mic and our attention to Jadasha.
Wow. I didn't know it was going to go this way, but thank you so much for praying for me. You don't know, and I didn't know in that moment how much I needed it. Because literally right before we got on stage, I got a message saying that my daughter and my son are at the ER. So you only know what happened, but that prayer calmed me down. So even while I was talking with them, I was calm, although the situation wasn't a situation to be calm about. But thank God everything's good, so we're good. So let's get to the question. I feel like everybody, like this whole weekend, everybody's kind of been answering the question already. Jess already kind of answered it from what she said. I love what you shared about not only tell people what you're doing, but do what you're telling people to do. Then you just also talked about it as well. Continue to stay focused, don't look to your left or right, and just do the activity. So I want to actually share a story that a few people in our organization know about. But prior to us coming to Love Bio, now Red Light Vantage, our previous company where we were able to bring my husband home as a detective from the police department, that's the company where in our first 89 days, we didn't have anybody join us. Now I want to say this, and I hope this will answer your question, Russell. But in that time frame, our mentor at the time in that company said, continue to do the activity. Continue to do the reach outs. Continue to do the personal development. Continue to read, learn. I would show up to, I think it was conferencecall.com or whatever the conference call was. It wasn't even Zoom. We were just on the conference call, ready and excited to bring up my mentor to do the presentation, and nobody showed up. And my husband used to be upstairs, and he would say, after it was over, how did it go? And I hated to have to say, nobody showed up. And so the next day, kept doing it, no one would show up. But this is what happened. On the 89th day, finally, somebody who we knew said, I've been listening, looking at you guys on social media and watching, and I want to take a listen. They listened. They didn't have the money to join on that day, but they were able to join when they got paid on the 91st day. So talk about 90 days. Imagine if we would have stopped or quit on day 88 of doing the activity because nobody showed up. But we kept going, we kept the commitment, we stayed the course. And on day 89, they came, they signed up 91, they ended up being our top people in our previous company. And with the activity of them, and then of course we attracted more people and more people, we were able to bring my husband home from the police department as a result. So I share that story to say, what do you do daily? You ask, what should you be doing? Everybody, or most people I should say, know the acronym DMO, correct? Daily Method of Operation. You should have a plan. The same way those of us who work jobs or used to work jobs, you had a job description. You got hired for a reason. Although this is not a job, you still want to treat the activity as if this is your job. And you may have to work a little bit more in the beginning as if it is a job, right? More hours, but you're condensing time frames, right? So you're condensing decades into days. So the things that we typically would do for 40 hours a week, for 40 years, we know the rest, to try to retire on what, 40% of our income, to not still be able to live in the lifestyle that we choose, but if we give it laser focused activity, 3 to 5 years of doing the thing, maybe not even that long. We had a young lady yesterday say 60 days or 90 days, or 6 months, I'm probably saying it wrong, but she got to just about the top of the comp plan. So we give it laser focused activity, have a plan, wake up, take our products, right? Offense, defense. Before you brush your teeth, chemicals and that stuff affects us. Before you get on the phone, because you are gonna get the no's. I'm gonna manage expectations right now. You will get them. I'm talking to the people who've been here and the ones who are brand new. We're acting all as if this is day one, so we're gonna launch or relaunch, right? And so that's what we're doing. And then from there, you are, if you're on social media, because I'm telling you, we have people in our organization that are on social media that are not on social media, that have never done social media, that are now doing social media. So both of it works, the belly to belly and the social media, whatever you choose. Get on the social media, start being, like Mr. McCasey said earlier, interested before being interesting. Start heartening and liking. Get those algorithms working on the social media. If there's networking events in your local area, be a part of it. Whether it's the BNI or whatever programs out there, get out there. Your Chamber of Commerce has a lot of events. Get connected. Because who's our audience? The entire world. Whether they want to join us here in LifeVantage or just be a customer, they need us to be better at what they're doing, to be better with their positions or jobs or whatever, to help them to live long and do all the things that they choose to do. So that's activity. Follow-up. We know the fortune is in the immediate follow-up. Because I think I can't remember, Miss Holly, right, who spoke earlier today. She said, if you don't follow up with your people, somebody else will. So we got to make sure that in our calendar, we have follow-up in there. Literally, if I had my phone, you would see my calendar. I have my reach-outs, my minimum. I have my follow-ups that I'm doing from the day before that. Then you want to plan your Zooms, whatever those look like for you, 2 Zooms, and this is what I'll say too. We're all talking about launch and relaunch. Since we're acting as this is day one, we all should be launching our business within the next 24 to 48 hours. Okay? That's number one. And then number 2, we need to do another Zoom launch or however in-person launch within 7 days. Why? Because we want to get paid, promoted, and in profit mode ASAP. We're acting all as if we are brand new. And even the new people in here, we want to get you paid, promoted, and profit mode. Where are you going? If you're not paying for anything, you're in profit mode, so anything that comes in is added into your business, right? And then from there, you want to have an in-person tasting event, because there's nothing like a live event. We just talked about this. We're here in person. We can't transfer this energy that we've all felt to the people that didn't show up. We can try our best, but it's going to be hard. So in-person events, you get to leverage that, whether you're the presenter or whether you're the attending, whether you're there or not, because we all connect with each other's events. You can send your people there. They listen, they taste it, they love it, they sign up with you, and we track them for you. That's the system that we have ran and done for the past 3.5 years, and the system works, and is working in an amazing way. And then from there, pretty much rinse and repeat, do it all over again. So you don't launch one time, you don't launch 2 times, you launch, we say at minimum, every single month, 2 Zoom launches, 1 in-person tasting event, and then when you start to develop a team, you're supporting your team, but you're still going and you're still doing what you are teaching your people to do, but now you're doing it all together. So that is the daily activity to build your business that you should be working on, Mr. Russell, every single day. And I promise you, you're going to love the results that you see. And as everybody on the team know, I always say, we'll see you over the top. Why, team? Because the bottom is way too crowded.
Last question. Where's that mic? All right.
Thank you. Nicole! I couldn't resist, sorry. My name's Taryn. My question is, what do you do when you have a consultant on your team that has massive potential but lacks consistency?
Age-old question. Anybody ever seen that? Never seen that, right? Absolutely. Let's give it to the woman. When I first met her, I only knew her as the woman who was tearing up Boise, Idaho. Because everything that was happening in Boise, Idaho was because of Tanya Sheldon. So, Tanya, let's give that up to you.
Regulators. Yeah. I can't, he for regulates, and so all weekend I find myself saying, regulators, and then my team comes in hot. Mount up. Okay, I had to say that. But, yeah, there was a time when I just wanted to cradle them in my arms and give them a bottle and rock them until they were ready to go and I really did. I just wanted to love them no matter what. And I still do that. I love them no matter what. But we're all going to have people that come into our business and we're really excited about them. And we think that they're the one, and they're going to catapult our business, and here we go, this is it, right? And then they do nothing. And then we wonder, how can we get them to work? What do I need to do? What do I need to say? And I really believe that it starts with you, yourself. You need to know exactly what you want your team to look like. Who are the people you want to be working with? What do they exude? You really have to have a crystal clear vision of who you want to be working with so that when you bring that new person in, you are so filled with posture and conviction that you don't hesitate in having the strong, hard conversations with them of what is it they really want, like digging deep on what they want, and are they willing to show up? Are they willing to go to this next event with you? And if you don't see them showing up and they get quiet, how do they want you to respond to that? How do they want you to show up for them on their behalf? And then as a leader, I think it's really important. I mean, I remember when I became an executive in this company, and a bunch of my team went with me to a local event, and it was my first time sitting in like the executive section. I was gonna be surprised when you're crying. Anyway, and I remember being able to sit there, and I didn't want to leave my team. I felt guilt. I felt guilt, like I was leaving them behind. And what would it mean for them, and how could they excel if I didn't stay at their level? Like, we really needed to do this together. But you guys, your team is not going to move forward unless you do. You set that pace. You have to say yes one step at a time. You have to say yes when you want to say no. That's why I'm up here. That's why I'm the freaking MAB people. Like, I just kept up on this stage, and enough is enough. Like, we need to see new people on the stage. We need to see you stepping up, doing the meetings, getting in front of the whole meetings, talking to the people. Like, you need to be sitting in this flipping chair, not us. Like, when Vegas comes around, there better be new stories, new people, new inspiration, people that have done the hard thing and pushed past their limitations. And if you are the person that you're saying right now, like, I'm that person that lacks consistency, what are you waiting for? Okay, we have thousands of more voices now that are coming on board.